Hello and welcome to Nymburk in the Czech Republic. Game day 2 of the playoffs, or Group L here of the Basketball Champions League. And we have Nymburk taking on Dinamo Sassari. What a game we have for you, Nymburk. Well, they enter the game on the back of an exceptionally hard-fought win last week over Bamberg. 4-point win set them on the right road in their playoff campaign. While Sassari, well, they went down by 12 points. They'll be slightly disappointed. That said, it was to Zaragoza, one of the absolute flying high teams of the Basketball Champions League season so far. Remember, in this group stage now, top 2 teams go through. Here's our schedule for the games over this window. Zaragoza will take on Bamberg tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central European time, sorry. But our game here this evening, as I say, Group L, a 4-team group, round robin, home and away. Top 2 teams will qualify through to the final 8s. And both these teams will have that expectation that they'll be at the final 8s. However, the numbers aren't necessarily going to work out that way. At the moment, Zaragoza, top of the league with their win last week. Nymburk also with the win. Bamberg and Sassari yet to pick up their first wins here in Group L. But that could all change today and tomorrow. We're now at the round of 16. And the level just cranks up a few gears. There are no expected wins once you progress to this stage of the Basketball Champions League. Every single game is going to be a hard-fought game with world-class talent on both rosters. And more so than the man we saw there, Miro Bilan. So much experience. Here's the Dinamo Sassari roster. Alongside Bilan, the big man, we have Spisu to look out for. The 26-year-old Italian international is averaging over 7 assists a game. That puts him second in the Basketball Champions League this season. For Bilan himself, he's 10th in points, 3rd in rebounds, 17.6 points and 8.3 rebounds for Miro Bilan. That said, when you look across at Nymburk, we just saw Retinover Soen. He certainly has been an impressive player so far this season. But they've had a ton of big performances throughout their roster. Omar Pruitt's played well. The 26-year-old's averaging over 15 points and just shy of 6 rebounds a game. Over Soen himself is 8th in the Basketball Champions League for assists with 5.7 assists a game. He also has 15.1 points per game. A ton of talent in that Nymburk roster. Some updates from the Nymburk roster though. Ruben and Bender both out due to injury for this evening's game. Ruben, hamstring injury, whilst Bender is sidelined with an injury to his foot. Moments away now from the 2 teams being introduced. Dinamo Sassari will be the first team to be introduced as the away team. And what a roller coaster of a season they've had. They won their first 3 games in the regular season, really came out of the blocks with all guns a-blazing. However, that quickly came to a halt when they went down by 22 points to Bakken, and that was on their home floor. Inconsistency is a problem that Sassari have had, and it's kind of stemmed from a lack of defensive intensity. Currently 30th out of 32 with regards to points conceded within the Basketball Champions League this season. They're shipping just over 88 points per game, and I'm sure Coach Buzeko and his team are working hard to change that. Home team now going to be introduced. And you have to say they had an impressive regular season. They came out with the same record as Sassari, 4 wins, 2 losses. However, they had some really big wins. Obviously, last week's is their biggest of the season, being their first in the round of 16. That one against Bamberg, also on this floor. But looking back into the regular season, the standout one has to be the demolition of several teams. Karavnos on the wrong side of things twice. Dijon also on the wrong side of a 40-point loss to Nymburk. And it really is a team effort for the Czech team. Coach Amiel brought together a roster, and they're contributing to their ultimate goal. Bench scoring nearly 41 points per game. Makes it a tough task for that man there, Coach Buzeko. Trying to stop the numerous offensive threats that Nymburk have is not an easy task, that is for sure. That's what he will challenge his team to do this evening. As the players enter their final warm-ups now. Exceptionally big game for both these teams. If Nymburk can go to a 2-0 record, that really puts them in good standing to get to the final eights, whereas if Sassari to lose their first 2 games, that really leaves them a mountain to climb here in Group L. That said, you just have to look at the Italian roster and the players that keep coming into camera shot that you guys can see. It's just talent after talent after talent. Recent acquisition, obviously, the American big man Ethan Happ made the move from Fortitudo to Sassari. An absolute wealth of talent for Coach Pozecco to pick from. A little over 3 minutes before our tip-off here this evening in Nymburk. Just to make you aware of the officials we have on today's game: Alexander Glisic, Martins Kozlovskis, and Gatis Salins from Serbia, Latvia, and Latvia respectively. Exceptionally strong officiating crew. Plenty of smiles. I'm sure they're going to enjoy tonight's game. And what a game we do have. As I say, the group here in Group L: Zaragoza currently top of the table, Nymburk in second place, Bamberg and Sassari in third and fourth respectively. Top 2 teams go through. So this is game day 2 of 6 within Group L, within the round of 16 stage. Here's the starting 5 for Sassari. We've got Spisu, Bilan, Happ, Bernal and Gentile. What a 5 that is. Very, very impressive in the front court as well. The combination of Bilan and Happ. That's a tough matchup for any team in Europe. Coach Pozecco knows the pressure's on him. His team's expectations, the expectations on his shoulders are always at the highest level. A winner in his playing days. He's done so much in the game. How he'd love for a Basketball Champions League title to be part of that as well. As Nymburk make their way back to the bench. Obersoen, the last one to get in. Here's their starting 5: Pruitt, Dalton, Eliza, Zimmerman and Tuma. Again, another strong starting 5. Be interesting to see how the absence of Peter Bender and Wojciech Ruben play. 2 veteran players. A ton of experience at the highest levels and real mainstays of the Nymburk roster. Peter Bender, 14th season with Nymburk, so he'll be a big loss this evening. I'm sure Coach Amiel, though, will have his replacements ready to go to step up, pick up the pace. These two have history in the Basketball Champions League. They met each other back in the 2016-17 season in the Basketball Champions League, splitting those games, 1 win apiece. So the head-to-head, the historic head-to-head is up for grabs here this evening between these two. Moments away now from the opening tip. Just a reminder, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Basketball Champions League news, the best way to do so is to download the official Basketball Champions League app. It's available on Android and iOS, so there's no excuses. Get your phones out, get that downloaded. That will keep you up to date with all the latest news and views, as well as some highlight clips. And if you wanted to follow along for tonight's game, the box score is also in real time through the app as well. We're underway here in the Czech Republic. Game day 2 of Group L of the Basketball Champions League round of 16. Nymburk taking on Sassari. A huge game between these two, so much at stake. Strong move to the basket, a little bit too heavy-handed from Zimmerman on the opening possession for Nymburk, but signs they can get to the basket. Burnell now, oh, what a pass inside. Burnell with perfect vision. Marco Spisu, unusually mistake from him. Oh, the pass inside was telegraphed and intercepted. Hap straight away with the score. Hap had 9 points against Zaragoza in his first Basketball Champions League outing for his new team last week. Score is easy for Nymburk, and once again Sassari's defense maybe a little bit slow as Paliza gets his personal account opened here. Gentile hands it off, gets it back. Fed inside. Foul is going to be called. That one's going to be on Dalton. As Hap manages to establish himself way down in the paint. And he's a player of quality. Dalton's got to connect with him earlier. He's got to put a body on him and force him further away from the basket. Hap again inside, but it's knocked away. Foul's going to be called though. 2 quick fouls on Nymburk now. Zimmerman with that one. Yeah, you can see him reaching over the back. Bilan secured a very low position again. Burnell now looking to feed Bilan, can't do, as Zimmerman's defense is tough. Spisu for 3. A little bit off target, rebounding battle. I think it's going to remain in the hands of Sassari after Dalton wasn't able to control. Coach Pazecco patrolling the sidelines. Oh, what a shot, Bilan. Interior pass. And Nymburk caught napping on their interior defense. Miro Bilan. Easy score, draws the foul. That's on Dalton. That's a 3rd team foul for Nymburk. Now Bilan at the line, 78% free throw shooter in this year's competition. Connects. And Sassari's lead is out to 3 points now. Tuma hands it off. Paliza inside, into the corner. The jumper from the corner is good. Pruitt for 3. The American's been shooting well from outside this season, over 40% from range. Hap looking to go to work against Dalton again. Clear focus here for Sassari to go inside, use their strength, use their power, and it's paying dividends again as they get the score inside. And Sassari have done this all season, scoring over 38 points a game from inside the paint. Gentile, step back 3. Slightly off target. The rebound falls into the hands of Paliza. He goes to Dalton now. Dalton will take a near impossible shot. The defense was great from Gentile. He grabs the defensive rebound and sparks a transition. Oh, with the little fake. Flipped the defense out of the way and got the score himself. Sassari are starting to take some momentum now. Dalton for 3. Oh, nails another 3. Hayden Dalton, he's shooting over 50% from distance this season. Gentile now. Back to Spisu. Pick and roll with Bilan. Gentile for 3. Another one off target. 31-year-old Italian international, not quite found his eye yet, not got it in, shooting less than 30%. so far this season, so he's not had a stellar season. He shot 38% from 3 last year in the Basketball Champions League. That said, his scoring is up this season. He's now in double digits. Offensive foul is going to be called, forcing Amiel into an early change. Cleach will come in. Yeah, clear foul from Dalton. Puts his elbow across the face of Gentile. I think Cleach will come into the game shortly. I'm not sure if the officials are going to go and review this one. Let's listen to their review.
From personal to unsportsmanlike foul. Thank you. Another angle, please. Thank you.
Definitely there is a contact,
Yeah.
but we need to be sure if it's intentional or it's normal basketball movement.
Yeah, if you don't have, please give me back this one again. If you don't have other.
They hear you?
No. It's okay. It's okay. We decide. Thank you. I stay with normal. No.
I think it's normal.
Normal.
Because it's not a big movement.
Yes. It's normal basketball play. It's just.
So we stay with the normal.
We stay with normal.
personal foul, offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Correct.
Okay, so they're going to maintain that it's just a regular foul. Hayden Dalton will head to the bench, picking up his second foul. In comes Cleach in his place, and already Nymburk into the penalty. Only 3.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. That could be costly. Sassari, a high 70% free throw shooting team. It could make them pay. Bernal now skips it to Bilan. And if you're a Nymburk fan, you'll be relatively pleased that at the moment, Sassari haven't found their form from outside, even though they've had open shots. Paliza, corner, he hits the three. And that pushes Nymburk into a 2-point lead. Spissu now to Bernal. He'll go back, and Nymburk's defense is working hard to keep track of the cutters as Cleach comes into the game for the first time. Happ now, shot clock down, 2 seconds left. Spissu, teardrop, left hand, no good, knocked away. Sassari regain control of possession though, so they'll get a fresh 14. Zimmerman facing up against Bilan. Bilan just barreling his way to the basket, kicks it out to Bernal for the three. No joy. Rebound, Pruitt. Pruitt, elbow jumper. Oh, good hands by Spissu, gets it out to Bernal, and the wheezy one-handed flush. Ties the game. 11 to Nymburk, 11 to Sassari. Through the halfway stage of this first quarter. In an entertaining first 5 or so minutes. Both teams keen to keep the scoreboard ticking over, which is always a good sign for basketball fans. Pruitt is fouled hard. Crochlin called for the foul. Yeah, just came in a second or so too late into the action. First foul on Crochlin. First team foul as well for Sassari. As we see more changes, Jakob Tuma heads to the bench, and Letinoba Sowen comes into the action. He really has been a highlight standout, and straight away he's in. but he's dropped it out of bounds. Almost got a score within a second of stepping on the floor. Obersoen. Must have been in more Basketball Champions League highlight reels than any other player this season almost. There's the pass inside, and yeah, literally with no interference, drops it out of bounds. Zimmerman heads to the bench for Nymburk. Spissu now, shaping up against Obersoen. Baseline spin from Bilan. Foul's going to be called, though, on Happ as he trips Obersoen. Let's have a look at the replay. Obersoen goes after the rebound, and yeah, he's just caught by Ethan Happ. Pruitt now. He's got the mismatch against Bilan that he wanted, and he's made him pay. The foul's been called as well. Not sure, is that on Happ? He looks, knocks over Kovac. Yeah, Happ picking up his second foul. It's going to send him to the bench. Two unfortunate fouls, really. Does Nymburk get the score and get possession back as well? Harding hits the jumper. Had a big game last week, Jarek Harding, 16 points against Bamberg. He's really, the 22-year-old, grown as the season has progressed. Put some big performances in so far for Nymburk. Shot goes up. Oh, and that's good. That's a sweet noise for Coach Pozecco to hear. As Kruslin drains the three. Nymburk's lead down to just one. Both these teams trading baskets at the moment. Elbow jumper, Obersoen's no good. Kruslin with the rebound. Pick and roll between Spissu and Burnell. Burnell now with a back to basket opportunity. Goes to the right hand. That is a difficult shot. And Jason Burnell makes it look easy. Obersoen's picked up his dribble, so he's going to have to pass it quickly. He does so to Klisch. Klisch against Burnell. Comes back out to Pruitt. In and out from Pruitt. Can they save the rebound? They can't. It's going to remain a Sassari ball then. Nymburk will make changes, and you can see Coach Amiel is not happy with his team so far, making some more changes as Šafacic comes into the game. Kruslin drains the jumper, drew a huge amount of contact. Still manages to get the basket to go. Lead out to three now for the Italian team. Harding, quick first step, doesn't get the step back, does draw the foul and gets the score. What a play by Jarek Harding. 22 years old, but that's a veteran play. Had picked his dribble up, but still had the smarts about him to draw Marco Spissu into the foul and get the shot away. Wonderful play. One minute 49 remaining here in the first quarter. Sassari's lead is just one. Harding with the opportunity to cancel that out, and he does. We're tied at 18 points apiece in what has been a very good game so far. Happ looking to go to work. He's pinned down low. No foul has been called. A jump ball has been called instead, as Nymburk's defense works exceptionally well. Let's have a look. You see the double team across. The help's come from a strange angle, but it's really worked as they pinned him down. Happ working hard just to hold on to his pivot foot. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Sassari. I think Happ's just having a quick conversation from the officials, as he maybe wasn't so happy about the no call in that situation. Shot goes up. Kroshlin is absolutely lighting things up right now. He's up to 7 points personal. And they get the score. Kroshlin actually up to 8 points on the back of that. But the trading of baskets continues here in Nymburk. Kroshlin drives the baseline. The double team has to come across to help. Happ will travel. And he has had a tough first quarter. 2 fouls. Almost turned the ball over last possession. Does turn the ball over this possession with the travel. Let's have a look at the replay. They're saying that that's good defense. Didn't see any contact really on the arms. Final minute of action. Obersoen looks to blast his way to the basket. Goes to the corner. The jumper's short, but the rebound's pulled down by Harding. Nymburk, good ball movement, and the score is good from the corner. Kovac with the 3. Nymburk with the 2-point lead. About a 12-second differential between shot clock and the first quarter clock. Flopping foul has now been called on Burnell, a technical foul. Been called on Jason Burnell for overreacting to the contact. Coach Pozzecco questioning it with one of the other officials. There's Burnell falling over. That's not what he got called for. It's this second reaction. We're not going to quite see it on that replay. Harding will take the free throw for the technical foul, but he'll miss. 86% free throw shooter, Jarek Harding as well, so that's an unusual one. Changes made by Coach Pozzecco as Gandini comes into the game for the first time. Veteran big man. Kroshlin now. Pulls up for the jumper, has to abandon it though. Oh, what a save in the end though from Katic. Well read as he's falling out of bounds, just manages to scoop it back off Safarcic's arm. Gentile gets it away in time, but not on target. 6 seconds. What can Harding do? He can drive hard to the basket, draw the foul, but doesn't get the score. Obersoen followed. That's not going to count. Harding has earned himself a trip to the free throw line as he just blasts down the throat of the Sassari defense. Harding to the line for 2 free throws. Missed his first attempt on the previous play. He's a very good free throw shooter though. .8 seconds remaining on this first quarter clock as we wait for Jarek Harding to take his 2 free throws. Averaging just shy of 10 points per game. His first pro season. In fact, Coach Pozecco has been blown for a technical foul as well. So that was the first of Harding's free throws, and then he gets his 2. So this is really going to open up the lead here for Nymburk. No shot able to be attempted at the end of the first quarter, so 10 minutes down, and we've certainly been entertained. The home team, Nymburk 25, our visitors, Dinamo Sassari 21. 10 minutes down, 30 minutes to go. Here are your shooting statistics from that first quarter. Certainly entertaining and setting us up nicely for a European battle. Here are some of the highlights from that first quarter of action, and plenty of highlights for us to go through as well. An entertaining first 10 minutes. Neither team really claiming control of the game for long phases of play. It was a seesaw. Sassari at times looked like their offensive firepower inside was going to pay dividends, particularly the usual suspect of Miro Bilan. But then Nymburk started to light things up from outside. Pruitt, Paliza, plenty of downtown bombs thrown up in that first quarter from Nymburk. But where that leaves us is in a nice position, a relatively high scoring game. At the end of the first quarter, 25-21. Nymburk with a slight advantage. And if you were to predict pre-game, you probably would say maybe Nymburk are slight favourites. That said, they do have 2 injuries that have meant that Petr Bender is out with a foot injury, and Wojciech Ruben is out with a hamstring injury. Remember, game day 2 here in Group L. Nymburk enter off the back of their first win in game day 1 last week against Bamberg, whilst Sassari were unable to get the win against Zaragoza. Plenty to play for. It's a sign of a sportsman. Coach Pozecco called for the technical foul just before the quarter break, but happy to bump fists with the officials. Second quarter action underway here now in Nymburk. Group L of the round of 16 for the Basketball Champions League. Nymburk 25, Sassari 21 at the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first 10 minutes. Obersoen drives inside. No joy. Rebound pulled down by Happen. He's crowded out 3 Nymburk players, but that's left the transition wide open. Into the corner. Jumper, no good. Comes up short, Krochlin. Obersoen is fouled. Hard by Katic. Gets back to his feet gingerly. Here's a replay of the foul. You just see Katic reaching across. Smart foul, really. As Šafčík goes to the bench for Nymburk. Harding, lane opens up, floats high, can't get the score, but the rebound is pulled down by Krish. Pruitt swaps hands in midair and gets the layup. Nymburk's lead out to 6. On the press defense from Nymburk, it's going to pay dividends straight away. Oh no, the foul's going to get called on Harding instead. Happ does a good job just grabbing possession. Let's have a look, and you can see the press coming in from Nymburk. It almost paid off. But in the end, Harding is going to get blown for his first foul. Katic pulls up for the mid-ranger. And that's the key to Sassari. Plenty of offensive firepower in their roster. You can criticize maybe their defensive end, but on the offensive end, there's very few teams that have the variety of options to score that Sassari have. Foul called on Burnell. Let's have a look at the replay. Fish is fortunate not to get called for hooking as well. That left arm certainly hooked around. Burnell with his second foul. As we see Hayden Dalton come back into play as Luboš Kovač heads to the bench. Pruitt Inside, goes to the right hand off the glass. Pruitt continues to impress. He's up to 9 points now, 2 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Gentile hands it back to Katic. Sassari offense looks a little bit stagnant at the moment. Gentile's going to put up a 3, and it's a get out of jail free 3. As the offense had just completely fallen, and straight away we see Krish trip over his own feet. 3-on-1 break, Gentile no good. Happ tries to grab the offensive board, does so in the end and gets the score. That's going to bring Nymburk's lead down to just a single point. Coach Hamiel not happy. Needs to talk things over with his team. Happ working hard, gets the score. Let's listen to Coach Hamiel's huddle.
Let's go, energy. Don't switch with the ball, just like same thing, okay? Contain outside. Let's talk more, okay? Fellas, believe me, if we don't lose the ball, we're gonna get a shot every offense. Okay, 2 things about offense. First of all, set up your pick. Don't cheat, he's pushing you from here. Don't cheat, all of us. Make a fake, come, use the screen. Okay? You don't need to force. Let's play 2 sides now. Alright? I want you to be aware of the cutting. If they come, you cut, alright? You cut if they come, alright? Be ready. Okay? Let's go. Here we go, man. 1, 2, 3. Again, we gotta push it. We gotta push it.
Here are some of the highlights from the recent plays that we've had, and you can understand why Coach Hamiel has called the timeout. His team looked in pretty dominant form at the end of the quarter and going into the first phases of this second quarter. But just like that, the game has flipped and Sassari are right back into the action. They trail by just 1 now, with just over 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pruitt floats inside, certainly has a hot hand. Omar Pruitt, first player to double digits, 11 points now, 5 from 7 from the field. Katic loses the handle as he drives hard along the baseline. See the frustration. Did the hard work, got the step on the defense. In fact, he was looking to make the pass and it went away. Obersoen's shot's no good. Burnell secures the rebound for Sassari, and what a pass! And that is a textbook transition outlet pass. Nymburk looked to do it the other way. Ethan Happ gives up his body as he plows into the ad boards. Back on his feet, thankfully. Jakob Tumel comes back into the game for Obersoen. Aliza now into Pruitt, the man of the moment. Omar Pruitt drives inside, doesn't get the score this time. Rebound is into the hands of Kloschlin. Gentile hands it off to Burnell. Burnell almost fluffs his lines. And grabs the offensive rebound with a little tap back. Pruitt, nice pass inside, and Zimmerman is fouled. Zimmerman could have probably afforded a little fake or a jab step to draw the players, the defense up into the air instead of going straight up. Would have just seen the defense fly past him and he would have had an open layup. But he's at the line for 2 shots instead. Just a 67% free throw shooter prior to this evening's game. Misses the first of his 2. Registered double digits back in game day 5 against Dijon in the big 40-point win. He had 12 points in that one. Misses both his free throws. Criminal in a game of this magnitude and at this level. Sassari hold on to a 1-point lead. Kloschlin moves it around well. Beelan finds the corner. The shot's no good. And Nymburk will come away with it. Pruitt now. Skips his way inside, looks to make the pass. The only option really there at that point was a shot. Bernal with the long pass out again to Kroschling. Gets the score. Sassari's lead now up to 3 as they start to take control of proceedings here. Pruitt weaving his way inside, misses again, and all of a sudden Omar Pruitt has gone cold, and that means that Nymburk have gone cold. Bernal to Bilan, no good, but Bernal follows again. Another offensive rebound and another score for Jason Bernal. 5-point lead for Sassari, the biggest lead of the evening for them. As we see, Bernal hand it to Bilan. Bilan couldn't quite get it done, but Bernal kept with the play and gets the score. Coach Amiel once again with a timeout. Let's listen to his huddle.
Jump on the ball the same. Where is the relationship of cutters? Why both of you cutter? You are Hayden is here, you are here. You see Hayden, right? He don't see you. So give him, respect him. Yeah, but 3 players cut, 2 players cut. You see Hayden cut, how you cut also? Play more 4 corners. Play listen, next time we play 2 sides, but Hayden go to the corner. You understand? Okay? So Kuba gonna be here. Okay? Right? You pass. Kuba, you pass, you cut. Hayden gonna cut. And you're gonna be Pali here and Kuba here. Got it? Okay? Watch, if he's help, I want Kuba to cut and Pali to stretch.
Hey, watch the corners, man. Watch the corners.
Get the ball.
Go, let's go.
Yeah, after rebound. Jump on the ball then. 1, 2, 3.
Sassari certainly in the ascendancy. You can tell by the tone of the voice from Coach Amiel that things need to change for his team. Coach Pizecco certainly looking the more relaxed of the 2 coaches at the moment. Tuma now advances it up over the half. Shot clock down to 4. Pruitt back to Dalton. He's going to have to put up a prayer. Doesn't even skim the iron. And Spisu will come back the other way with intensity. Bernal now back to the basket against Pruitt. The door's closed on him. Gentile for 3. That's a big shot. Stefano Gentile with a dagger. Sassari lead up to 8 at the halfway stage of this second quarter. Pruitt's almost lost it. Sassari putting the pressure on. Shot goes up from the corner. No good. Bilan, though, knocked it off Dalton, and it'll be Sassari ball on the baseline as Martin Krisch will come back into the game. Dalton will head out. A win here for Sassari this evening. Throws Group L wide open. Even more so if Bamberg can turn over Zaragoza tomorrow. That would leave every team with 1 win, 1 loss after 2 games. Spisu now hands it back. Kroschling for 3. Off target. Rebound pulled down by Krisch. Harding. No good. Bernal with his 5th rebound of the night. And the foul is called on Martin Krisch. Only the 2nd team foul of the quarter, though, for Nymburk. Sassari already in the penalty. Spisu waving away Kroschling. Wants to go to work with Bilan. Bilan's a long way from the basket, so that's good work by Zimmerman, but he quickly cuts through. Gentile, another 3! Almost an exact replica of the last. Offensive foul's been called on Pruitt as well, as Kroschling puts on a masterclass of defensive footwork. Just gets in, positions himself perfectly, and Pruitt barrels into him. 11-point lead now for Sassari, and they have possession. Second foul on Pruitt. Tuma heads to the bench, and Obersoen comes back in. Sassari just showing exactly how good they can be when they're at the top of their game. And they've shown a fair bit of it this season, but not maybe as consistent as many would have wanted. Spisu now comes back out, Kroeschling for three, in and out with that score. That's off the hands, I think, of Kovac, so it's going to remain a Sassari ball, or they say it's come off Bilan. I think it's off Bilan. So Nymburk will take possession. Backdoor cut by Pruitt into the corner. Harding for three, but too much on that one. It's going to be a Sassari ball. There's the Harding shot. Oh, that should have been a Nymburk ball. That's off Burnell's hand. Kroeschling heads out of the game, though. Katic comes back in for Sassari as Nymburk applies some full court pressure. Spisu now to Burnell. Burnell fronting up against Cliche. Spisu fakes a three, inside to Bilan. How many times has that phrase been said this season? Spisu to Bilan. Oh, and that's a good follow. Kovac with the offensive rebound. Burnell for transition. Throws down the one-hander. And Burnell is really starting to light up. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. As he floats to the basket for the flush. Sassari's lead back to 11. Obersoen now hits the 2. Just his second bucket of the evening. Bilan looks to do a difficult, almost over-the-shoulder shot. It doesn't come off, and Nymburk gain possession. Shot goes up, and string music from Kovac. Sassari's lead dragged back down to 8. A little under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Coach Pozecco calls the timeout. Let's jump into his huddle, hear what he has to say.
Hey, watch. Now we give the ball to Miro. We pass the ball from here. But I don't want anybody here. I don't want anybody. We cut. One guy stay on the corner. JB, you go here. One player here and one player here.
Because I could flash. Because my guys come here. I will turn around and flash inside.
Okay? But hey, stay straight. Marco, go in the corner. Stay in the corner. Tony. And Stefan, okay? Let Miro play. Miro, watch AB. If they trap pass the ball out, extra pass.
Hey, wait. No call. First or second, 2 minutes defense. Let's go. Let's go. Get back in D. Get back in D. Dinamo.
Plenty of offensive focus, as is the norm for Sassari. That's what they're working on. Optimizing the offensive end of the floor. It's pretty much a philosophy for a Coach Pozecco team. As Nymburk come back out onto the floor with a medium strength press. in the full court. 1 minute 40 remaining in the first half. Bilan now inside. He's going to draw the foul. Kovac just reaches across the arm, unless that one's on Dalton. Let's have a look at the replay. Dalton certainly comes down to help in the double team. Let's have a look whose arm comes down. Yeah, Kovac has been called for that foul. Bilan at the line for 2. This is the first of his 2. Averaging over 17.5 points and over 8 rebounds a game, Miro Bilan, in his second season with the Italian team. Doesn't score either from the free throw line. That is a rarity from him. Croatian big man is usually pretty clinical. Dalton now. Good movement by Nymburk. Shot opens up, no good. Kovac working hard for the rebound and manages to ultimately secure possession on the baseline for Nymburk. These are now back out to Dalton. Travelling violation going to be called on Hayden Dalton. Turnover. 1 minute and 7 remaining here in the second quarter. Sassari lead by 8. Let's have a look at the replay, and you could just see the change of mind that he had in the middle of that play and picking up his pivot foot before the ball hit the ground. Easy call for the official. Spisu fortunate not to get called for similar. Bilan now looking to back down to the basket. It's going to go a second time. Obersoen reads the pass and steals it away. Nymburk are relying on their perimeter game on the offensive end at the moment. Good defense by Obersoen. Bernal to the basket and draws the foul. Plizas going to get called for it. And Bernal has really stepped up to the plate. Has been a dominant character in this second quarter. Leading all scorers with 12 points. He has 5 rebounds and 3 assists as well. Doesn't get the extra one. Good work by Hayden Dalton, sweeping it away from the rim. Ten-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Obersoen, he's short with his 3, and Nymburk are living and dying at the moment by the 3. Bernal, and another score from Jason Bernal. When he's rolling, he's rolling. 23-year-old now, up to 14 points personal. Harding, oh, he hits a 2. That could be an important 2 as the end of the second quarter. He's sounded out by the buzzer. How big could that score be from Jarek Harding? And at the end of the first half, an absolute feverish end to the first half. Nymburk 40, Dinamo Sassari 50. Here is shooting statistics from that first half. As you can see, neither team shooting well from the free throw line. Both teams doing an okay job from outside, but the damage is being done in the paint from Sassari. They're dominating the rebounding battle as well, 25-18, and they're playing a great team brand of basketball. Here are your top scorers so far. Bernal with 12, Crucialin with 12, Bernal 14, Crucialin 12, Gentile with 11 for Sassari, Pruitt 11, Harding 9, and Kovac with 8 for Nymburk. Here are some of the highlight plays from that first half. And my goodness me, I think we need more than the 15-minute halftime break to get them all in. A high-scoring affair we've had here so far in Nymburk in the Czech Republic. Remember, game day 2 of Group L of the Basketball Champions League. high-scoring first quarter from Nymburk gave them a 4-point lead. But we've had a 14-point turnaround in that second quarter, with Sassari putting on offensive masterclass, notching up 29 points in that second quarter. Plenty of them from the hand of Jason Burnell as well. At the halftime break, he's on 14 points along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. 2 other players for Sassari already in double digits. Crucialing has 12 with 3 rebounds, and Gentile has 11. He's shooting 3 from 6 from range. As for Nymburk, only 1 player in double digits, Pruitt. He had a strong first quarter, but he started to cool down in that second quarter. He's at the halftime break with 11 points and 3 assists. Only 5 other players on the scoreboard for Nymburk this evening. Harding with 9, Kovac with 8, Eliza with 5, Obersohn with an unexpected 4 points, and Hayden Dalton with just 3 points to his name. Remember the importance of today's game. This is game day 2 in the round of 16 in this year's playoffs within the Basketball Champions League. This is a 4-team group playing each other round robin, home and away. So each team will play 6 games in this round of 16 playoff. And within this 4-team group, the top 2 will make their way through to the final 8s. So every game is so important. At the moment, Nymburk are second in the table with 1 win, 0 losses. Sassari currently bottom of the table, yet to win a game, and they picked up a loss against Zaragoza last week. So if Sassari can hold on the win here today, then this Group L will be blown wide open. However, we're only halfway through. As expected, it's an exceptionally high-scoring game here in Nymburk in the Czech Republic. And at the halfway stage, Sassari, their offensive firepower is paying dividends. "20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go." We have a halftime score of Nymburk 40, Dinamo Sassari 50.
inside, and the throwdown by Kravic. Dejan Kravic soaring through the air. Zoric's in motion. Allman, don't force it. Carl into, that is nice, and another throwdown. This time Madsen. You could see that develop. Kaiser kept the ball up beautifully above his head and just dropped the pass off to his teammate.
Nice passing inside. That goes to Manufacture and does. Gets the two. Manufacture the little left-hand finger roll.
Jefferson. Oh, wonderful handoff by Jefferson to Giannis Moran. Again, cuts the deficit back to 2 points.
Back, he turns it over, and now try and finish this one. Gets rejected. Well, what a block. Well, he said no if he caps up.
Blows the layup, chance to run for Brindisi. They have numbers down the floor. Poor pass, but nice finish.
Looking for the screen, looking for the options. Throws it up! There's a good option. Mikhail Kaiser again. One of many spectacular dunks for Kaiser. Allman with the assist.
Finally, Harris finds that mojo. Oh! Esparto on the break, gets out. They throw it up there. He goes after it and hammers it home.
Skeller gets the ball. He's going to attack. He passes. Madsen has to go up. Blocked by Horton. Big time block. And Hereda San Pablo Burgos come up with a huge defensive play from Kenneth Horton, and they win the game.
To the paint. Push shot doesn't go. Bassahan picks it up. This is Nymburk. Basketball as a Bassahan down the middle. Slams it home. 7 in a row for a Bassahan. That's going to be a timeout by Bamberg. Look at this.
Welcome back to Nymburk here in the Czech Republic. We're halfway through this Group L round of 16 playoff game between Nymburk and Sassari. And what a game we've had so far. 20 minutes down, we've already had 90 points scored. At the halfway stage, Nymburk trail 40-50 against the Italians Sassari. And Sassari really have been spreading the love. 3 players in double digits already at the halfway stage. They're being led by Jason Burnell, 14 points, 7 from 9 from the field. Also has 5 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals to his name. Also in double digits, Stefano Gentile with 11 and Filip Krushlin with 12. As for the home team, Nymburk, well, offensively, they've spread the love. 6 players on the scoreboard. Only 1 player in double digits, Omar Pruitt. He has 11 points. However, he certainly cooled down in that second quarter. Sassari outscored the home team Nymburk by 14 points in that second period. Just a reminder, this is Group L. Also in this group are Casademont Zaragoza, as well as Bros Bamberg. At the moment, Zaragoza are top of the table, 1 win, 0 losses. Just behind them, Nymburk also with a win and 0 losses. In third place is Bros Bamberg, 0 wins, 1 loss. And then at the bottom of the table at the moment is Dinamo Sassari. However, the way things are going here this evening, it looks like Group L is going to be blown wide open. Also a reminder, the second game in Group L for this game day is tomorrow. And Zaragoza will take on Bamberg. Final preparations for both these teams now prior to the start of the second half. Just about a minute left before the game starts up again. Coach Pozecco will be getting his messages across, as Coach Amiel will as well. And for Nymburk, they just need to turn the defensive intensity up. They need to stop the Sassari offense at the moment. 50 points is a lot to ship in one half. Nymburk are only averaging 79 points conceded per game. At the moment, they're on to be an additional 21 points today, and it's unlikely they're going to win the game if this becomes a high-scoring shootout. Coach Pozecco has his team perfectly designed to get into that high-scoring, run-and-gun, free-flowing style of basketball. Whereas Nymburk, yes, they can score. They're averaging over 90 points a game on the offensive end. But they know the key for them winning this evening will be getting their defensive rhythm against what has been an impressive Sassari performance in the first half. Second half action underway here. Group L, round of 16 in the Basketball Champions League. Halfway stage, Nymburk 40, Sassari 50. The Italians in control of that second quarter. Happ now spins to the basket against Dalton. Beelan with another rebound and an easy score. His 7th rebound of the game, his 9th point. Obersoen to Dalton, to Pruitt. Had a big first quarter, but he slowed down towards the back of the second quarter, but the rebound is pulled down, and Nymburk are able to get the score, and free-flowing style continues here in the second half. Burnell fades away, but he's a little heavy-handed. Obersoen, little stutter, kicks it to the corner. Pruitt wide open for 3. No joy for Omar Pruitt. He had 11 points in the first half. But Sassari seemed to understand and cancel him out towards the second stage of that second quarter. Happ, soft right hand. Sassari continued to be in impressive form. Happ now up to 6 points, also has 4 rebounds. Obersoen uses a Zimmerman screen, blasts his way to the basket. Zimmerman works hard, but Happ grabs the rebound for Sassari. Sbisu inside, Bilan fading away. What a beautiful touch. That is a tough shot from Miro Bilan. He's up to double digits now, 11 points. Pruitt fouled from behind by Stefano Gentile. Yeah, you can see it's the left hand of Gentile, just puts it onto the hip as he tries to scoot round the back and steal it away. Gentile's first foul. In fact, anyone's first foul here in the second half. We've had a clean 2 minutes of action without a foul. Krij comes back into the fray for Nymburk. Zimmerman takes a seat on the bench. Pruitt's got the mismatch he wants against Bilan into the corner. And Nymburk at the moment are almost completely relying on their perimeter shooting. And it's letting them down somewhat. Yeah, Nymburk shooting below 30% from outside. They come up short with that mid-ranger as well. Nice pass though. Unselfish play from Paliza as he hands it off to Krij for the score. Foul's going to be called on Martin Krij. He gets a little bit over-aggressive with the bodying on Bilan. Let's have a look at the replay where we see it. No, we're not going to see it in that replay. There's the pass to Hap. Hap trying to find space. Goes up with the right hand, a little bit heavy. Good defense in the end by Dalton. Paliza looking to use his size advantage. Hands it off and one. Martin Krij will head to the free throw line for the chance of a three-point play. That brings Sassari back to within 10. Again, it's another unselfish play from Paliza. Just hands it off as he's faced by the brick wall that is Bernal. Doesn't get the extra score though. Bernal's third foul, and that could be important at this stage of the game. Bernal's been important for what Sassari have done in that second quarter particularly. Hap now looking to back down Dalton again. Bernal gets the shot away. Rebound pulled down by Krij again. Obersoen now will hand it back to Dalton. Pruitt goes behind the back, trying to find some space, but the defense from Gentile is off the chart. The score is good. Gentile's defense was near flawless up until the final second. Just came forward too far. Pruitt gets a score and gets a trip to the free throw line. And that free throw brings Nymburk to within 7. And they're now going to apply some pressure. Gentile just works his way past it. Bernal to Bilan. The big man rises up for the two-hand. Pruitt inside, looks to hand it off, stolen away. Bernal, little crossover, finger roll. And that crossover is enough to put Krij on his backside. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh yeah, Krij put on skates with the crossover from Bernal. Dalton fakes the three, steps in. Paliza open for three, in and out. And once again, Nymburk do everything right to create the open opportunity, but they just can't hit the shot. Bilan now. And good play by Dalton. Obersoen drives inside. Looks to draw the contact. Nymburk will slow things down. Pruitt now. Krij for three. He's up short. Bilan will bring it in and Sassari will slow it down. 11-point lead for Sassari in what was a whirlwind phase of play. Sbisu to Bilan. Good patience here from Sassari. Shot clock down to 5 though, as Hap has it. Foul's going to be called on Hayden Dalton. Don't think he's happy with the call. Let's have a look at the replay. Here's the baseline spin. Yeah, it's a fair call. His hand goes down the wrist of Ethan Hap. Third foul on Hayden Dalton. As Ethan Hap will head to the bench. Back into the action comes Philip Kroeschling. Strong move to the basket. Gentile taking the Nymburk defense to school with that move. Harding now to Krish. Good first step. Doesn't get the roll though. Obersoen, what great defense. Read the passing trajectory perfectly, as did Spissu, but he couldn't stay in bounds. That will be a Nymburk ball on the sideline as Coach Pozecco lives every last play with his team. Just 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter. First 5.5 minutes has absolutely flown by. Once again, another entertaining phase of basketball. Harding fakes the three, floats up. Oh, that's a tough shot by Jarek Harding. He's also up to 11 points now, and how efficient is that? 4 from 5 from the field for Harding. 3 from 4 from the free-throw line as well. Foul's going to be called on Obersoen as he looks to chase over the screen. Let's have a look at the replay. Beelan sets the screen, and Obersoen, yeah, it's just that right hand. I think Kroeschling puts the brakes on, and Obersoen barrels into him. Just his first foul though. Third team foul of the quarter in Nymburk. Both teams on 3 team fouls. Who's that one going to be called on? It's either Pruitt and Krish. I think it's on Omar Pruitt. That's his third foul as well. Both teams starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble now. Dalton and Pruitt both on 3 fouls for Nymburk. Burnell on 3 fouls for Sassari. Spissu now. Pulls the trigger on the 3. Dalton with the rebound, and he hands it to Pruitt. Krish goes inside, can't get the score. That's off the face of Harding. To be a Sassari ball at the moment. Martin Krish is just trying a little bit too hard, being too aggressive, too direct. And let's see what Coach Amiel's doing. Kovac is coming into the game. Out comes Omar Pruitt. .340 left here in the third quarter. Sassari lead by 11. The lead's grown by just a single point here in the third quarter as Nymburk drop into a 2-3 zone. Hap goes strong, no foul called. Yeah, the foul's going to get called this time, or is it a 3-second violation? I think it's going to be 3 seconds on Hap. Goes inside, puts the pivot. I can understand his frustration because Kovac is not standing straight up. His arm is clearly extended forward over the top of Hap. Obersoen. They bring Harding to the top. He puts the 3 up, nails the 3. And could Jarek Harding be the key for Nymburk to dig themselves out of the hole they find themselves in? Sassari lead down to 8. Gentile. The zone just opens up. Hap will grab the air ball. Tries to throw it off the legs of Krish, but he holds on to it. Nymburk, Harding for 3. Oh, what another big shot. Jarek Harding taking the team on his shoulders. Sassari's lead is down to 5. Back-to-back triples from the young American guard. He's up to 14 points. On track for his highest score in the Basketball Champions League this season. Timeout called by Coach Pozecco. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Okay, please. First of all, this is not defense. This is fake. We can do whatever we want. Ethan, when you receive the ball here, attack and score immediately. Yeah. Immediately. Don't wait. Go and score. Then, second, we make mistake. If I don't see one that doesn't run back, Porcodillo come on the bench. We have to run back like this, everybody. Run back and play defense here, not job. Okay? Then you just move the ball, pass the ball, you shoot.
Clearly, Coach Pozecco hammering home the message that defensively they need to be more switched on. Clear reference to Harding having the chance to hit back-to-back threes. As soon as someone hits the three, you have to respect them, you have to jump out to them as Nymburk come out in a 2-2-1 press. Will that drop back into their zone or will it go to a man? It's dropped into a matchup. Happ now, spin move, goes to the left hand. A soft left hand from Ethan Happ. 8.7 rebounds for Happ. Obersohn, quick first step is enough to give him the space. Should have gone straight to the basket instead of trying to hand it off. Instead, it's been stolen away. Koschling now. Gentile pulls up. Short two is good. Gentile, as without even being noticed, is all the way up to 15 points now. Averaging 10 points a game this season. Tied with his season high. He had 15 points against Galatasaray in game day 6, Stefano Gentile. Sassari's lead back at 9. Spissu, no joy. Dalton with the rebound. Spissu's going to slow things down into the final 90 seconds now of this third quarter. Lane opens for Burnell, doesn't take it. Oh, nice pass inside to Koschling though, and they get the score. 1:16 to play in the third quarter, and quite surprisingly, Coach Amiel has called a timeout, burning one of his timeouts. Let's listen to his huddle.
We turn the ball over like I don't know what. Why would you do this? Get a shot! You're tired? You tired? Play like you're tired. We go out, we say double fist 22, you play man-to-man. What, coach? You play man-to-man? No, 22, you go down, you don't care, you play 22. You play three motion. 1J to shoot, okay? You can curl also. We go second side, okay? We go opposite to J. J curl, we go first one, we go second one. Oh, let's clear it. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Come on. Let's work.
And this game continues to throw us surprises as it swings to and fro. Nymburk just moments ago were within 5. Sassari's lead is back out to 11. As you just felt Sassari put their foot on the gas on both ends of the floor, just kind of almost stretching out a little bit, just to open the lead back out again as we're into the business end now of the third quarter. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Can Nymburk reduce that lead before the third quarter break? Dalton pulls up for a tough shot. Drains it to the bottom of the bucket, Hayden Dalton. Just his second score of the night as Nymburk drop back into their 2-3 zone. Happ now looks to hand it off. Burnell is open, won't take the 3, will feed Happ instead. Draws the foul and gets the score. What a play by Ethan Happ. That takes him to 10 points. Smart players, Cleach hits the floor And Hap gets the score. Gentile heads to the bench. That was Krishi's third foul. Hap can't get the score. And just 40 seconds remaining now in this third quarter. Fakes the three, takes the three, nails the three. Hayden Dalton, back-to-back plays from him, keeping his team in contention. About a 8-second differential between the third quarter clock and the shot clock. Burnell fakes the three, no joy. Katic slows things up, shot clock down to 5 and throws it away. It's going to be a poor end to the third quarter for Sassari. Nymburk with the chance of maybe only trailing by 5 as they enter the final quarter. Obersoen now. Unsurprisingly, they're looking to find Jarek Harding. Obersoen blasts to the basket and gets the score. Smart move by Retin Obersoen. And that is going to be the end of the action here in the third quarter. And a wonderful resurgence from Nymburk in the closing moments of this third quarter. 10 minutes still to play. Nymburk 64, Dinamo Sassari 70. What a third quarter of action. Nymburk outscoring Sassari by 4 points, leaving Sassari with just 6 points left in their lead. Here are the highlights from that third quarter. Another high-scoring affair. Nymburk outscoring Sassari 24-20. And it looked like Sassari were going to open up their lead at one stage. Nymburk, they had a comeback. Sassari put their foot down on the gas again, but once again in the closing stages, Nymburk buckled down, this time in the hands of Hayden Dalton to get the scores, to get them back into the game. They only trail by 6 now with 10 minutes still to play. This is anyone's game in what is set once again to be a high-scoring affair. Both these teams, good scoring teams. In fact, Nymburk, the highest scoring team in the Basketball Champions League, averaging 91 points a game. But what a game we've had. What will the last 10 minutes of action deal up for us? Plenty more twists and turns. I'm not sure this one is going to get decided until the final minute or so of the game, if not down to the final play. That's how the game has shaped up. Harding's having a standout performance, season high 17 points from him. Whereas for Sassari, 16 points from Burnell is leading the way. Final quarter action here, Group L, round of 16 playoffs here in the Basketball Champions League. 30 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Sassari lead by 6, not any longer. Harding blasts to the basket and reduces Sassari's lead to just 4. He's on 19 points now. Coach Pozzecco will be getting a little bit worried. His team have buckled at stages in the Basketball Champions League this season. They have a ton of talent. Sbisu, though, it's going to be a key international point guard, taking some of the burden on his shoulders. Only his first score of the game. Bear in mind, he's averaging 14 points a game, and Harding with another score. He is really putting on a show here this evening. 21 points for Harding now. That beats his season best, 16 last week against Bamberg. Ethan Happ. Nice pass to Burnell, and he's fouled on his way to the basket. If that one's on Krish or Dalton, it's going to be their 4th. Look at the hand on the hip. I'm surprised the officials let that one go on Happ. Dalton will head to the bench with his 4th foul. That's a problem because Dalton was one of the sparks towards the back end of the third quarter. He had a 5-point run of his own that brought Nymburk back into contention. Burnell scores the first of his two. Misses the second, so Sassari's lead will stay at 5. Harding trying to save Katic, little step back jumper, no good, but the knockback from Cleach is good. Shot from Pruitt is off target though. Two Sassari players going against each other, but Happ with a big block. And a smart play as he's falling to the floor. Throws it off over Sowen. Sassari will take possession. Let's have a look at a replay of that. There's a rejection from Happ. And as he's falling to the floor, in fact, he was trying to keep the pass in. As Krish will head to the bench for Nymburk. Spissu to Burnell. He's not happy taking the 3. Kroschling now drives inside. Katic for 3. Oh, and that is a big shot. A little under 2 minutes played in the final quarter. And you see what it means to coach Pozecco. That takes his team out to an 8-point lead. Beautiful form on the shot, absolutely textbook, and it's rewarded with string music. Let's listen to the Nymburk huddle.
Listen, it's a zone, but it's man-to-man rule. He going here so easy. Oh my, it's a new rule. No middle, come on, stay in front. It's small stuff. They play contested shot. Let's see if we can get more in the flow now. All right. Let's play, no, just one. Okay, let's play wheel 1. Jay, you're gonna be here, okay? No, other side, starting from this side, okay? Right? Wheel 1, wait for the screen. 1, 2, 3. Listen, they shortcut it. If they shortcut the screen, move before.
Calls within the huddle, plenty more time, and there absolutely is. Still over 8 minutes to play. You have a feeling there's plenty more twists and turns in this story this evening. But as it stands, Sassari just seem to have the ability to hold Nymburk at arm's length. Whenever Nymburk seems to be putting on a bit of a run, a bit of momentum, Sassari seem to be able to squash it and reclaim control. Harding now. Nice pass inside to Zimmerman. Foul's going to be called on Burnell. That will be his 4th. Really straightforward pick and roll action running down the throat of the lane. Burnell up to 4 fouls now. Zobasowen heads to the bench and Tuma comes back in. Burnell will head to the bench with 4 fouls. In comes Bilan. Zimmerman now at the line. 2 big 3 throws. This is the first. It's tough to watch from a coaching perspective. You get to these crunch moments in the game and you need to make sure your players are capitalizing on every opportunity. And missed free throws are criminal at this level. And he misses both. Spissu now. Foul's going to be called on Tuma. Easy call for the official as Tuma tries to bump over the screen. Offensive foul has been called. I think, is it on Bilan? Miro Bilan called for the offensive foul. 7.5 minutes remaining. Can Nymburk fight their way back into this one? Zimmerman now into the corner to Tuma, going up against Spisu. Floats his way inside, doesn't get the score, but that's good work by Zimmerman. Just tenacious offensive rebounding by Steven Zimmerman. Shot goes up, and the mid-range corner jumper is good for Spisu. Harding almost travels with it, manages to get it back out to Tuma though. And the shot is good from Jarek Harding. Sassari lead down to 6, and Harding at the moment seems to be doing the heavy lifting on his own. He's up to 23 points now. That's a big night for him. Bilan with the rare missed hook shot. Kroshlin going to get called for the foul. As he tries to fight his way over, Kroshlin standing on the foot of Zimmerman. Hap back into the game as Kroshlin is called for his second foul. Third team foul of the quarter for Sassari. Harding for 3, nails another 3, and that young man is doing everything he can to claim the win for his team. Unbelievable performance from him. 6 minutes to play, Sassari lead is just 3, and Bilan, it's come off his foot. It's going to be a Nymburk ball on the baseline. Nymburk with the opportunity to tie it. Coach Pozecco knows that his team should have closed the game out when they had the chance. And now they're left with just a 1-possession lead. A huge phase of play now for Sassari. Let's listen to their timeout huddle.
He cannot go. You go with him, he cannot go and back. Take him on one side.
To leave him on one side?
No.
After pick and roll?
He's playing pick and roll. Okay. If he go like this, go with him. Okay. Right, push. But don't let him come back and play like this. Hey, and we stay. Zimmerman is not a shooter. Okay? Stay in this position. I'm okay. Good job.
Dinamo!
Once again, Pozecco focusing in on the defensive end, making sure his players are aware which of the Nymburk players are shooters, which aren't, who they need to chase out, who they don't, who they can help away from. Those finer details could be the key for their win here this evening, and it's a big needed win for the Italian team. If they're to lose their first 2 games here in this round of 16, they leave themselves with quite a task to progress to the final 8s. Under 6 minutes to play now. Sassari lead at just 3. Harding to the basket. Doesn't get the score, but does draw the foul. He'll earn himself a trip to the free-throw line. And smartly, Nymburk are getting the ball into the man with the hot hand, Jarek Harding. Can't get the first to go, though. It's a very good free throw shooter, Harding. Just shy of 90% prior to tonight's game. Doesn't get the second to go either. How costly could that be if the nerves start playing on Harding? That could be a nail in the coffin for Nymburk. Bilan now. Spisu, nice spin move, loses his footing. Katic. Gentile. Oh, how big is that shot with the shot clock expiring? The veteran international drains the triple. Kovac. No joy. Rebound pulled in by Tuma. Pruitt looks to float inside. Zimmerman crashes the ball hard, but Spissu grabs the rebound, and Pruitt will be called for the foul. I think that might be the fourth foul on Omar Pruitt. You can see how much it means to these teams. Every player on the floor crashing the boards hard now. Change is made as Obersoen comes back into the game for Nymburk, as does Krish. Oh, and an easy lane opens up for Spissu, but he doesn't get the score. Harding now out at the races. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Katic. Let's have a look at the replay. Harding gets possession. The defense steps up. Harding looks to get the score. Can't get the score. We'll go to the free throw line. Remember, he missed both his attempts last time, though. It's the first of his two this time. Fourth foul on Katic. They're certainly mounting up for both teams. Sassari in the penalty now as well. That could be costly. If Nymburk are smart, they can make them pay for that. And that made free throw. Brings Sassari's lead down to 4. Harding will head to the bench. What a job he's done so far, as we see Jakob Tuma come back into the game. Gentile to Spissu, into Bilan. Bilan going up against Krish again. This has certainly been a battle of the evening. Hap floats up with that left arm against Dalton. He's not on track, and Krish will pull down the rebound for Nymburk. Lane opens up for Obersoen. Thoughts he's fouled, comes down hard with the ball. Wow, what a pass inside. Shot clock down to 8. Obersoen floats in, kicks it to the corner. Tuma for 3. No joy. Rebounding battle. Foul's going to be called on Miro Bilan. Let's have a look at that replay. Yeah, drew contact. Spissu with great hands, though, all over the ball. Shot from the corner's no good, and I think the foul's been called on Bilan. That's going to send Krish to the line for 2 free throws, and this is where that foul situation for Sassari could cost them dearly, enabling Nymburk to get points on the ball while the clock's not moving. A very nervous coach, Pozecco, patrolling the sidelines at the moment. He knows the win is in the balance, and this is a huge game for his team. And Sassari's lead is down to just 2, and now they apply the pressure. Spissu's caught in the corner, stolen away. Obersoen for 3. Almost a turnaround in the game here, but they couldn't make them pay. Gentile to Katic. They feed Bilan in the low post. Foul's going to be called on Krish. It's on the floor, though. Basket's waved away. Bilan turns the corner. Foul was called on the floor before he'd even made the move to the basket. So that'll be the 4th foul on Krish. It'll be a sideline ball for Sassari. Nymburk now in the penalty as well. Burnell's back into the action, going up against Dalton. Shot goes up. Spissu hits a big, big 3. 3.5 seconds left on the shot clock. Hits a dagger. He's had a quiet night tonight, Spissu, but he steps up when he's needed. Hits the 3. Sassari lead back out to 5. Gentile's going to get called for the foul on Obersoen. So Obersoen will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. The right calls from the officials. The contact there from Gentile is pretty obvious. Obersoen at the line for 2 free throws. Doesn't hit the first, and Nymburk have certainly missed free throws at critical moments in this game, and it's cost them dearly. Obersoen hits the second. His personal tally just moves up to 8 points, though, 2 rebounds. Slightly quiet night for him. Yakotuma heads back to the bench as Jarek Harding comes back into the action. 28 points, Jarek Harding, just 22 years of age. What a night for him on the biggest of stages. Belan now looks for the baseline spin. Let's go to work, comes up short. The defense is great from Krish there. Just bodied him enough to keep him away. Dalton downtown. No joy. Belan pulls down the rebound. Sassari's lead at 4. 2 minutes 40 remaining here on the game clock. The offensive output has slowed down considerably for both teams. Defensive intensity has gone up, and maybe the nerves are playing their part as well. Oh, lovely pass. Spisu inside to Belan. Belan with the gift. And Sassari chalk up their 22nd assist of the game. Harding now going up against Kroschling. Obersoen, corner 3, no good. Sassari now with an opportunity to close this game out. Final 2 minutes. They certainly don't want to give Nymburk another opportunity to get their way back into this. Spisu. Pass inside. Belan rejected by Dalton. Sassari will hold on to possession. They have 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Great defensive play by Hayden Dalton. Tracked on the help side well. Oh, ball from behind. Foul's going to be called on Harding. Kroschling goes to the basket strong. His second foul. Kroschling will go to the line for 2 shots. Paliza comes back into the action for Nymburk as Krish heads to the bench. Both teams suffering the nerves from the free throw line. Kroschling, another one of those players that does well from the free throw line. In fact, prior to tonight's game, hadn't missed a free throw in this year's competition. It's the second, though. Sassari lead now 3 possessions, which is a crucial number. Obersoen, Paliza, corner, Pruitt 3. He's good! Omar Pruitt keeps the Czech hopes alive. $17 points for Pruitt. Just a 4-point lead for Sassari. It's off the foot of Belan, stolen away by Obersoen, and he's going to get the score with a 2-handed jam. Timeout called by Coach Pozecco. And once again, Nymburk battle and scrap their way back into the game. They trail by just 2 points now. And Sassari are unable to shake them off. Let's listen to this Italian huddle.
From August, okay, Imo, we play. Fist up for Stefan. Hey. Fist up. Come back, porco Dio. Hey. Then we have to come back and play our defense. Okay. Okay, guys. Hey. Okay. I'm
See the passion in the Italian roster. All the players want to be part of that timeout. Coach Pozzecco just about holding on to control of it, getting his message across. But this is the biggest phase of play for both of these teams in European basketball this season, without a shadow of a doubt. Spissu loses his footing, doesn't lose possession though. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the game. The biggest minute for both of these teams now. Gentile drives inside, hands it off to Bilan, gets the score! Veteran guard to veteran big man, and it pays dividends. Coach Amiel, I think, is calling a timeout. Smart play. Gentile just throws the fake that he's going to the basket, manages to scoop the pass around Dalton. Let's listen to the Nymburk timeout.
We need to take this pass. I mean, where we can go. We need to cut this pass and take it. Right? That's a mistake. Okay, yeah. We play fist with Pali. Oh, with Bilan, whatever he got, okay? With Bilan fist. Alright? You pick and pop. If they commit, you have him. If not, take a shot. We don't have to take a contested three. It's a lot of time. Alright? We can go to the line. Okay, we can attack and go. Be strong with the ball when you go inside. Alright? Listen, if you cannot get the ball and they don't commit and you don't pass him, you hit back him. And Aiden, everybody open, so we play like everybody open and we can drive and kick. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Clear message from Coach Amiel. They trail by 4. They don't have to hit the 3 straight away. They just need to go out and get the score. They need to get that certain score on this possession. Wow, what a minute of basketball we have ahead of us. This game has delivered at every turn, and it's going to do so all the way to the final buzzer. Harding now. Eventually into the hands of Obersoen. Into the final minute. Shot goes up. Oh, and that's a huge shot. Lucas Paliza nails the 3, brings Nymburk back within 1. Unbelievable right here. Gentile, lane opens up. He's off target though, and Dalton pulls down the rebound. About 11-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Can Nymburk take the win? Obersoen shaping up against Gentile. Shot clock to 8. Hands it off, but throws it away. What's the call going to be? You can see what Coach Pozzecco is saying. He's saying it should be a turnover. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. We're waiting to see what the official's decision is. As Gentile hits the floor and Obersoen throws it away, but it's the foul called on Bilan. Reaching in. Can't think there's an offensive foul there. It's just whether does Obersoen just throw it straight out or is Bilan blown for the foul? They're going to review it. Let's listen in.
We are watching out of bounds situation. Can you go back, please? Normal. Yeah. Once more back, please. This angle, last camera, please, thank you. Blow touch the ball. Can you go back? Can you go back? 1. Thank you. Stop now. Easy, go down, go forward, easy. Go. Again. Go back, go back. Go back, please, once more. Okay. Go back and stop. Go back and stop. Now. Stop. Go back. Go forward, forward, forward. Go. For me, number 2, touch the ball and the...
So we have 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yes.
5 seconds.
Yes.
Blue ball.
Yeah.
No, white ball and 5 seconds on the
Shot clock, yeah.
So it's going to be a Nymburk ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock for them to work with. The official saying it came off
Can
the
you go
hands
just
of
back
Mido
once, please?
Bilan.
Thank you, just last angle.
They're still checking it, in fact.
Okay.
5
yeah,
seconds.
5 seconds. Touch. Touch.
So it's going to be a Nymburk ball on the baseline.
Middle.
5 seconds on the shot clock for Nymburk to work
5.
with. 17.2 seconds left
Calm down. Yeah.
on the game clock.
Thank you.
Emotions running high, as you would expect. So much at stake here in Nymburk this evening. Will Sassari be left without a win and Nymburk stay perfect, or will both teams move to a 1-win, 1-loss record? How big is this 5 seconds? Stolen away. What great hands by Koschling, but he has to throw it back. Nymburk will get a full possession to go at. 8 seconds remaining. Obersoen drives to the basket, and he's rejected by Burnell, but it will remain Nymburk ball on the baseline. The drama continues all the way to the final buzzer here. Strong drive to the basket, but he's met mid-air by Jason Burnell. Great defensive play, tracks the play wonderfully. Nymburk, 3.7 seconds, they trail by 1 point. They'll have possession on the baseline. Neither coach with a timeout left. Nymburk trying to call a play on the fly. Look at the pressure on the coaches. Dalton, jumper, it's good to go! Hayden Dalton, 1.4 seconds remaining. Gentile, will he get it away? He gets the shot away, it's no good! Nymburk will take the win! Hayden Dalton, the hero of the hour! Coach Pazecco is not happy. He's screaming at the officials, he gives them a fist bump and walks away. But the final score here in Nymburk in dramatic fashion, Nymburk 90, Dinamo Sassari 89. What a way to finish the game. Here's the game-winning bucket from Hayden Dalton. Baseline jumper. And he drains the shot, leaving Sassari under 2 seconds. They couldn't do anything with it. Gentile didn't even get the shot away in time. It was enough for the win and enough to trigger the celebrations. Nymburk moved to 2 wins, 0 losses here in Group L. A big step forward to their qualification for the Final 8. A dejected Dinamo Sassari head to the locker room. Unbelievably, Sassari controlling the majority of the game, particularly the second half. But through it all comes Nymburk for the win. Plenty of smiles on the floor for the home team. And how big is that win? Here are your shooting statistics. As you would expect in such a close game, both teams marrying up pretty well. Nymburk getting away with a poor free throw shooting display. They worked hard in the second half on their rebounding. Sassari playing great team offense, 25 assists for 89 points. A great job from them. Unbelievable game and an unbelievable result. Harden leading all scorers with 28, Pruitt 17, Dalton with 10 for Sassari, Gentile with 18 and 17 for both Burnell and Bilan. Well, here's some of the highlights from that second half of action. And what a game we have had from the opening tip to the final buzzer. This has been absolutely enthralling in every possible way. Control and momentum of the game has swapped between Nymburk and Sassari freely. And it's left us with an absolute spectacle of European basketball. Nymburk will be more than happy coming away with the win. Sassari will be so disappointed that they couldn't lock out the win in the end. They led for so much of that final period. In fact, Sassari had led the game from the midway in the second quarter, and Nymburk's first lead since then wasn't until the final 2 seconds of the game. Sassari had led the game for over 30 of the 40 minutes. Nymburk only leading for a little over 6 minutes, but it doesn't matter. It only matters who's leading the game when you get to that final buzzer. And in this situation, it was Nymburk from the hands of Hayden Dalton. What a clutch play from him. Only his third field goal of the game. He only ended up with 8 points, 5 rebounds to his name, though. The big hat tip for Nymburk tonight has to go to Jarek Harding. 26 points in a little under 21 minutes of action. Unbelievable. 3 from 7 from deep as well. Also in double digits was Omar Pruitt. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Outside of that, though, the spread of scoring was across the roster for Nymburk. As for Sassari, 5 players in double digits, but it wasn't enough. Burnell led them, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists and 2 steals. Gentile had 15 points, 5 rebounds. Bilam with 13 points. Krushling with 14 points. And Ethan Happ had 10. Where does that leave Group L? Well, at the moment, it sees Nymburk move their way to the top of Group L. They'll have 2 wins, 0 losses to their name. In second place will be Zaragoza with 1 win, 0 losses. In third place, Sassari with 2 losses to their name. Bottom of the table will be Bamberg with 0 wins, 1 loss to their name. Remember that Zaragoza-Bamberg game takes place tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central European time. So that would be a good one to tune into. But Group L is providing some wonderfully entertaining basketball for these teams now. Nymburk, their next 2 games will be against Zaragoza. That surely will be critical for the win. Next Tuesday, they head to Spain to take on Zaragoza. For Sassari, they'll face Bamberg on the road next Wednesday. What a game we have had here in Nymburk. Absolutely wonderful display of basketball. There's your group standings. Nymburk, top of the table, perfect record. Sassari, with what is looking like a bit of a mountain to climb. But what a game we have had here. Our final score, Nymburk 90, Dinamo Sassari 89.